So I'm seeing this young woman online sporadically, and she's alleging that Dr. Umar Johnson is her father. And not only is she alleging that this is her father, she's also alleging that he's been a deadbeat parent. And so it brought up an interesting question, one that I've talked about with friends of mine in the past and things of that nature. And the question is, if you father a child, but you're not an active participant in a child's life, however, you do faithfully pay child support, does that categorize you as a deadbeat parent? And I mean, again, you ask 10 different men, you may get 10 different answers. But I think what it does show is that there's an easy answer and there's a safe answer. And that safe answer is, well, yo, if you're not spending time with your child, what I mean, you're a deadbeat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The money, not everything. But that's not the system that we live in, unfortunately. Ideally, I think like every dude I know that has a child go above and beyond for their children. You know, but there are those situations to where it's not that cut and dry. It's not that black and white. The relationship between the man and the woman can just be tumultuous, can be toxic, can be violent, can I mean there's a myriad of issues and situations that could occur that would determine if that man can be an active participant in that child's life or not. And this is not me speaking on the Dr. Umar situation. I don't care anything about that. I just brought it up as an example. But at the end of the day, there is some credence. And again, there's a lot of gray areas. So you have to be mindful and understand and be willing to have the conversation and, not just prejudge, not just go off of emotion and just have these program responses already on deck. You have to be able to listen and wade the waters of the conversation and understand that, yo, not every situation is black and white. I know some dudes right now who would love to be a part of their child's life. However, between the court system and the woman that they pick, it didn't work out that way. And it's unfortunate. I mean, I know dudes that have literally had to essentially write off their child because the relationship is so toxic and detrimental to any type of progressive environment for the child. It's never good for a man to have a child and not be an active participant. That's never a good thing. All I'm saying is that sometimes you just got to hear the man's side of the story. You know what I mean? It's not always cut and dry. It's not always black and white. You know, there are a lot of women who literally they get the mind of the child and they mold it into her hatred for the father. And so now if you are a man who doesn't have physical custody of the child and the child is just, what I'm saying, being taught to basically hate their father, as the man in that situation, bro, that's a tough spot to be in. That's a tough spot to be in, man. I know some guys who've gone through that. And I mean, it takes a toll. Mentally, it is taxing and it takes a toll because I know men who literally want to be fathers, want to be an active participant in their child's life, but the child's mother is just like, nah, we good over here. So what do you do? I mean, yeah, you can go to court, you can fight it, this, that, and the third, but if you lose, it still puts you in the same place that you were in before you went. So it's just at the end of the day, yo, just be mindful. Be mindful of your seed. Be mindful because at the end of the day, they didn't ask to be here. So between the adults, yo, get it together. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was an interesting conversation. I thought it was an interesting question because again, there's a lot of emotion. That question evokes a lot of emotion and a lot of emotional responses. But sometimes you have to just understand that not every situation is cut and dry. Not every situation is black and white. There's a lot of nuance and a lot of different moving variables in each situation. And so again, you can't just paint all the situations with the same broad brush. Sometimes you just gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? There's always two sides to every story, you know. And so, but I just thought I'd ask the question, you know, if you father a child, but you're not active in that child's life, but you faithfully pay child support, does that make you a deadbeat? You know, I'll leave the rest to you.